Hi, this is Beacon Journal Browns beat writer Nate Ulrich with Steve Doerschuk, the Browns beat writer from the Canton Repository, and we're here previewing the Browns at the Houston Texans. Steve, the Browns haven't given up a sack in the last 2 games. It's been a huge key to the offense's success. But here we go with the Texans. J.J. Watt, Jadeveon Clowney, Whitney Merciless, some really good pass rushers, a really good defensive front. How do you see this matchup shaking out?
You consider that Whitney Merciless, the pride of Akron Garfield High School, if I'm not mistaken, is one of their down-the-line players, that he's a really good player, was a first-round draft pick, then you know you're up against it. And everybody knows that the top of their roster on either side of the ball is J.J. Watt. I think Freddie Kitchens, with whom we spoke just now in the room behind us, called Houston's front seven the best front seven in football. And Freddie gave this whole speech about not blowing smoke and how Baker Field doesn't. I don't think Freddie was blowing smoke. It probably is.
Yeah. No, I agree. This is a great measuring stick for the Browns offense, I think, because the Browns offense has really made great strides under Kitchens, especially the last 2 games. But those defenses of the Atlanta Falcons and the Cincinnati Bengals were some of the worst ranked in the NFL. The Texans, on the other hand, are pretty legit with an 8th overall ranking, 5th in points allowed. So it's going to be a real test. Greg Robinson has kind of solidified that left tackle position for the Browns. So, you know, that has really helped the offensive line. He talked today about how grateful he is to receive a 3rd chance in the NFL. This is his 3rd team, and how he's having a lot of fun and he's comfortable, and how he always had the confidence that he would be able to make something like this happen, and he wants to stay here beyond this season. So really interesting to see him kind of coming in his own here, but going to be even more interesting to see how he holds up against that Texans front. I guess the next thing to talk about, Steve, is just the other side of the ball for the Texans. Deshaun Watson, torn ACL last year when he was taking the league by storm. Before that injury occurred, he beat up on the Browns pretty good. Where do you see Watson in his 2nd year, and how do you view that matchup against the Browns?
Where I say, when I would like to roll back to the point that it is going to be fun regarding, again, Houston's defense, that we are going to see Romeo Crennel again. Yeah. Romeo at age 71 is the coordinator of that defense. It'll be fun to see him down there. And then Romeo's practicing every day against one of the most, well, you can't say one of the most unique. If you're unique, you're one of a kind. Right. A unique quarterback, a guy who's a really good field reader, a really good passer, got a rocket arm, he's got a super-powered arm. Deshaun Watson, before he blew out an ACL last year, had a little bit of everything. And now it looks like he's back to trying to practice a little bit of everything, as evidenced by their 8-game winning streak, and as evidenced by the fact that on Monday night against Tennessee, he ran the ball 9 times for 70 yards.
I think it sets up for a nice quarterback duel the way Baker Mayfield's been playing. He was named the NFL Offensive Rookie of the Month for November. The guy's been on fire the last 3 games, 9 touchdown passes, 1 interception. I think the rating's 129.5. He's been really playing well. The last time these guys played was in the Orange Bowl a couple of years ago, and Mayfield and Oklahoma were shut out in the second half, so obviously he's hoping for a better result. And, you know, Clemson won that one. Mayfield wants to get a little bit of revenge, I'm sure, in a quarterback duel, but very complimentary of Deshaun Watson, and Watson gave Mayfield a lot of love too. So there's a lot of mutual respect there between these 2 young quarterbacks. I think it's going to be a really nice matchup, and I guess that kind of leads us into the Browns are on a 2-game winning streak, or I don't know if you can call 2 games a winning streak, but they've won back-to-back games for the first time since 2014. Like you mentioned, Steve, the Texans are the first team in NFL history to go 0-3 and then win the next 8 games. So they're even hotter. The Browns have to win, though, right? Their backs are against the wall. What's your sense of the mood of this team as it relates to the motivation it's finding, and at least being on the edge of the playoff picture right now as we speak?
Nate, the Browns have to win, but I think both of us and most people are acknowledging that they aren't going to win on Sunday, and that'll come up in the predictions segment with which we close. But they probably aren't going to win. But here's the beauty of it. The Browns, at least at this point, under Freddie Kitchens running the offense and with Greg Williams running the defense, and the whole new dynamic that they have going right now, the Browns at least have created the level of intrigue where they have a chance in a game against a really good team. Houston is about 7-ish right now in most people's power rankings. That's probably about what they are. But beating a team like that is just something we haven't seen up here in 20 years this time of year. Yeah,
exactly. And I don't see it happening this time. Here are a couple things. The Texans are coming off an emotional week. Their owner, Bob McNair, died. They played Monday night, so that gives them one fewer day to prepare. Those things could give you some semblance of hope that there could be an upset here. I don't see it happen, though. I'm going 31-27 Texans.
I think well, for the Browns to have a chance, it's not going to be a high-score game like that. I don't think the Browns are going to score more than 24. I think that's probably their upside. I'm going to say they're probably going to score more like 17, and it's going to be 24-17. But I think the Browns, Nate, are dangerous right now.
I would agree, and it's been a long time since we could say that, and it's going to game time going to be December 2nd, a very long time since we could say that in December. Thanks for watching.